Hi, I'm Devil's Food Cake.
And I'm Lemon Tart.
And this is the final episode of Lip Service.
Yep, so we sort of splashed out.
We're celebrating. Or commiserating.
I think she's commiserating the end of Sam porn.
It's not porn, my god.
Well.
I am.
And I'm celebrating the end of what's been a terrible series. And no doubt we'll have a second series.
You know, it's weird that she says that it was a terrible series because she's got a lot to say about this episode, and some of it is actually very insightful. And I think that anything that provokes insight has to be a little good.
Lots of people have... Actually, I'm not going to say
Let me put this another way. Anything that has D.S. Murray in it has to be a little good because it's got her, which is pretty good. So, moving on. Okay, so this is the last episode of Lip Service, and this was the episode where a lot of things got solved, a lot of the plot lines that they've been building up towards came into fruition, a lot of... A black character got introduced. I mean, like, as a regular, as a sentient part of the program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought she was actually, okay, I'm going to give the show this, I thought she was a believable, interesting lesbian character. I thought, yeah.
By which she means she thought she was hot.
No, I don't know if I'd go that far, because we talked about this last time. I thought if you mixed her good parts with Frankie and Sam, maybe, you might end up with a hottie. Talking of people who are a stickler for detail, Devil's Food Cake's sister is amazing. Again, each time we watch this, just one or two comments and they are always perfect. Did anyone else think Tess's acting when she was doing an audition was dire? So let's analyse this. An actress playing a scene which is basically supposed to be good acting, but acting badly. That's quite an achievement. Anyway, let's get on to the characters.
Right. So
I want you to start on Frankie.
On Frankie. I was right. What I said last week. She's continually annoying. She's continually badly behaved. She's continually just kind of an awful human being. And yet, Kat falls for it. What the fuck?
I know.
Because what does this mean that if I go around being a douche, I might actually get laid? Because that would be something to consider, actually.
You get laid. It's fine.
I wish.
Okay, I really thought... Oh, yeah.
Just really quickly, one thing about Frankie, and I've actually thought this throughout the series. The actress is a really bad actress and a really unconvincing lesbian.
That's exactly what I was going to say. When she was saying to Kat that she was really disappointed they were never going to be together, it was literally like, I couldn't work out what she was doing. I mean, I don't know much about acting, but she was sort of... To show emotion, she was sort of stuttering, but in a really strange way, like her body was shuddering as well. Sorry, that was a really weird impression of that. Also, just they throw everything annoying at Frankie, like cheesiest line again of the episode. I mean, we've had many cheesy lines from Frankie, but when she wrote that letter to Kat, she's like, some things shouldn't be destroyed. It's like, oh wow, how, you know, brilliantly just summing everything up in one very trite, dull little sentence.
Frankie's just a little annoying.
She's very annoying. And also, I really find that whole plot about her finding her real family identity just really chugged along. It didn't really properly come to any particular... Conclusion? Well, no, because she met her real mum, didn't she? And she goes to the house and they're going to hang out and stuff.
Up for next
but I really, I find plots like that really irritating, like I've said before, like with Mad Men, Don Draper's Past. So many TV series seem to have, Lost, the way the sort of, what began as a subplot in Lost ended up completely taking over. I didn't even watch most of the final series because I heard it was getting ridiculously dull. But, it does seem like a lot of scriptwriters seem to just put in these really irritating, almost detective-y, trying to find out something about one of the main characters' lives plots. And they've done that with Frankie, and it didn't flow with the rest of it, I thought. But anyway, should we talk about...
I wanted to say one quick other thing about Frankie that I thought was kind of relevant, and that is that she tends to be really self-destructive with her behaviour. I mean, when she's dealing with whatever problems that she has, and I kind of identify with that a little because Because I know that when I have an issue with something, my solution is generally to like drink through it, and I think that's because I trained as a barrister. Which
now you're going to be
really
a journalist.
trained to
Now you're going to be a journalist. That really won't be any different, I don't think.
Oh really? In the bag. Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Tess for a minute.
Tess. Tess has actually made some real character progression through the season. I think she's the only character who's actually made character progression, you know? Like she's picked a relationship that's healthy, that's kind of normal. She's dating the
Even though she met her by perving on her through window. Actually, that's quite hot. No, it's fine, yeah.
Well, if I had a lesbian living next door.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah. I have old people living next door. It's quite sad. But yeah, so she's basically dating the only black character in the show, besides Becky, I guess, but Jay is such a wanker, so whatever. And she's also she's also dating the only normal lesbian on the show, which I think is great. You know, she's much less annoying than she used to be, and she's got herself a job.
Well, I guess I've touched on my main point, which is a very little point really within the context of the whole show. I just didn't really like her acting at the audition, but yeah, I guess. Okay, fine, I'll say something nice.
She loves Finn. She loves the neighbour.
No, we've already discussed that as well. I can see that with Tess, I find her incredibly interesting. Interesting? Oh my god, that's a Freudian slip. Too much champagne. Incredibly irritating, I meant to say. And I don't generally find her believable, but I just sort of talked about my main points on her already. Let's talk about Kat. Okay, I have a point to make about Kat. Yeah, and I've been dwelling on this one. Because first of all, I was thinking how, like, in the L Word, a lot of the time when you have couples where you have a butch and, more butch and more feminine character, so often it was the butch character who was more in charge, and it's been the same with other lesbian shows. Huge generalisation, but I won't bore you with my sort of thinking on that. I thought it through, and that's what I thought. And then I was thinking, hang on, actually, maybe it's pretty cool that Kat is like, maybe the one in control. She's got, she's got two girls on the go. Which one's she going to go for? Blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking, wow, maybe that's the one thing Lip Service did quite well. That they created a more feminine lesbian who was in charge and was making the decisions and wasn't the one, being dumped within the context of this series. But then I thought, actually, not at all, because if you think about Kat, when we're introduced to Kat right at the beginning, we're told she has not had sex for 2 years or something, since Frankie. So we get this kind of Disney ideal woman who has sort of almost been untouched. I don't know, maybe her hymen's going back. Who knows? How long does it take?
Does it grow back?
I think it does, after 7 or 8 years or something. So I don't know. Anyway, so it's almost like setting her up as this sort of perfect virginal woman. And so again, it's falling into cliche. Because it would have been more interesting if she was maybe, I'm not saying she had to sleep around, but she's so sort of fragile and perfect and sensitive, and she's even got alabaster skin like Snow White or something. So that was my point about Kat, a character that could have been a very interesting perspective on more feminine lesbians, but it didn't quite work out.
My only take on Kat from this episode is, okay, I've been dreading what this episode would bring because I have been suspecting that she would get back with Frankie for a really long time. Also, just a really quick shout out, because we got a comment on our website and I asked for an alternative to Team Frat. Somebody suggested Team Cranky. It was Roz, I think. Fucking
Genius.
Brilliant. Really, really fucking brilliant.
Yeah, your phone just rang, it's fine. Oh shit.
Anyway,
she's about to have her big going away party.
Yeah, I'm leaving the country.
Is leaving the country. Okay. But The Most Cake is an international website, so it's all going to be fine, readers.
So what I was going to say about Kat is that listen, no matter what you are doing, no matter who you are, no matter what kind of emotional whatever you're in, cheating on your girlfriend is really not okay. It's not okay at all. If you are going to sleep around, then you need to have an agreement with your partner beforehand that says that that's okay. And if your partner is not okay with that, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, but
if you're fucking around with your partner behind their back, that is bad behavior and it is disrespectful. And I'm sorry, I really hate when they show characters cheating on their significant others in TV shows.
Okay, but I was going to say something. Number one, how extreme is it? Slightly off tangent. How extreme is it that Kat and Sam are already like going to move in with each other and they're like partners?
U-Haul.
How long have they been together? Like a minute. Also, the most important thing that we haven't touched on, finally, the thing that we were both saying all the way through the series that we thought we could never imagine happened, Cass and Frankie having sex. What the fuck was
and
that?
it was the least hot thing I've ever seen.
What did they do? But they sort of hovered above each other.
No, they were doing that thing
Did
with that
they
like
even-
leg thing. Somebody, okay, this might be TMI, but somebody once did that to me, and I was laughing because I was like whatever you're doing is just not sexy. And you can't do that anymore because it's not. I mean, there are other things you can do that are better.
Could be within a certain context, but I just feel like, you know, right, you haven't had sex for like 2 or 3 years.
With each other.
Yeah. Surely it would be a bit more like, boom, you know? And it was just like a bit lackluster.
Flat. To be fair, Sadie always looked really, really unenthusiastic when she was having sex with Frankie.
Maybe it's a Frankie thing.
Yeah, it's probably a Frankie thing.
Yeah.
Sam looks like she's so much better in bed. Not that I would know.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
I wish I knew.
This one, by the way, have you realised this? She has a little bit of an obsession with Sam. Anyway, so we can finish soonish so she can go and watch Sam again. Like
no, so I can go for my fucking goodbye party.
Yeah. Conclusion about this series. You go first.
Okay, so these are my conclusions. Kat is stupid. Tess is getting smarter. Sam needs me. Frankie can fuck off.
That was good.
I was gonna say one thing. I actually really liked the way Ed handled the thing with Tess because I thought it was really like mature. It was very adult. And it was very like, you know, this is how adults handle things. They talk to each other. If I have you know, we've had disagreements at times.
We're at 13 minutes.
We're gonna stop. We've had disagreements at times, and what we do is we talk about them, and then we get over them.
Yeah.
You know, and that was great. And also, I thought it was a really important point because when Finn told Tess, you know, I thought after all that peering through my window, you were gonna finally ask me out. Just ask someone out. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to go up to someone and say, "Would you like to go for a drink sometime?" And if they say no, fuck off.
Always.
You're such a jackass. Fine. They're
That would be
clearly
fairly
not
harsh.
worth it. Exactly.
My
but if they
conclusion-
just say no, then that's no skin off your nose.
My conclusion
And if
on
they
this-
say yes, then you've got a date.
Wow. My conclusion on this series, it's just that this could have been brilliant. Apparently, the UK is supposed to be this fantastic creative country. That's what we're known for now, our creative industries. We have amazing writers. We have film crews who know, you know, they're the best in the world. We have the cream of the crop. We could have got an absolutely amazing show. I mean, I've heard some ridiculous things this week. Like, for example, apparently the BBC has rights over all music, apart from the Beatles or something, automatically, and they can put all music into their shows. Why the terrible playlists?
They
That is a minor
have the XX
point.
on.
Yeah, exactly. But like one good song out the whole. I can't think of anything else that was amazing. Anyway, my general point is poor effort. I felt like it was a
That's okay.
bad copy of the L Word, and if the L Word had never been done, it would have been innovative. But why pretty much choose almost the same format, let it cross over in a lot of ways, and not do it so well? And yeah, that was my general feeling.
Anyway,
So
this
bad
has been
effort.
super long.
Good luck with the BBC. Good luck, BBC.
Well,
if you do another series.
I do hope that there's another series. I
do as well because I enjoy
I think
criticising things.
But I think that this final episode really set up a lot of plot lines that we could look at in the next series, and I think that's great. You know.
Okay, cool. Au revoir, readers.
Bye.